Thank you so much, Mom. I love you.
I hope you know how much I love you. Happy birthday.
So thank you, and we love you, Mom.
Thanks for being so present and loving towards us always. I love you.
I love you so much, Mom. Happy birthday.
I hope you know how much we love and miss you, and we hope you're having a great day. Happy birthday.
I love you, Sharon. Have a happy birthday today, and thank you for everything. I love you.
Mom has always been my cheerleader. My most poignant examples are my major medical times in my life. Like when I was diagnosed with diabetes, Mom helped me to see that I could live with diabetes and keep going. And then also after the coma, when I was scared to do anything, Mom helped me to discover who I was and who I could become. And she helped me to see that with the Heavenly Father's help, I could become everything I wanted to become and He wanted me to become. I'm so grateful for having you in my life, for being able to turn to you and having you cheer me on. Thank you so much, Mom. I love you.
Sharon, I make this video to wish you happy birthday on this special day and to thank you for all you have done for me and my family. You are a very special woman to me because you are always aware of all your families. Thank you for all, and my God always bless you, give you many strength and health. Thank you for everything.
Hello, Nanny. I just wanted to tell you, thank you for teaching me how to cook some delicious recipes like shizuku and scrambled egg sandwiches. I really enjoyed doing that with you and hope that sometime we can get together and try out new recipes. Another thing I wanted to thank you about is whenever you showed up to my choir concerts. I really enjoyed that and you kind of motivated me. Also, thank you for taking me and the cousins up to St. George and Lagoon. I enjoyed spending time with you and the cousins. Also, thank you for inviting Hannah and me to sleep over at your house. It was fun hanging out with you. I hope you have a wonderful birthday, Nanny. Love you.
Hi, Mom. Happy birthday. I wanted to share some thoughts about ways that you've impacted me in a positive way. There's a long list of those things, and one that really stood out to me is how you've helped me learn to be brave by helping me take on challenges and showing me that with courage and faith and energy, there's nothing that I can't accomplish. I thought back around the time that I was graduating from high school, and you drove with me out to California to go be a door-to-door salesperson. You helped drop me off, and that was a big move for me. It didn't last long, I wasn't long for that business, but it did teach me that it's okay to go take some chances, to do something different. You were with me when I got married down here in Mexico. You came down with me, and it was a leap of faith in some ways to get married and marry into a different culture, but you were there with me, showing me that you had my back, you were supportive of me, and that you knew that I was capable of doing this important thing in my life, getting married and taking that next step in my life. You've been with me as I've gone to college, jobs. I remember you when I first got one of these jobs in high school at the Art City Trolley. We sat outside, and I'd been rejected, by job after job, all these applications, and we drove to the Art City Trolley, and we sat in the car, and you said, let's say a prayer. And so we said a prayer together, and you prayed that, that somebody would be open-minded to giving me a chance, And I went in, and it just so happened that the owner of the restaurant was standing right there, and she sat down with me and gave me a job. So I just think about all the different times where I've had big things going on in my life, where I was nervous, uncertain, and knowing that you were right there saying, you've got this, you know, and I'm here to support you. It's helped me become who I am. And I feel that, you know, some of my, best moments in my life, or my finest moments, have been when I've showed that I'm brave, when I've taken on challenges with confidence, or even not confidence, but still went and did the thing that I needed to do. Every time I've done that, I've gotten stronger, and I feel like you've been a big part of that, showing me what it takes to actually face challenges, not despair, keep working hard. Don't give in to the negativity and to despair, just keep going. And I've seen you do that in your own life. I've seen you do that in the challenges that you faced. And I'm grateful for you, Mom, and I love you so much. You're so much of who I am, and I hope you know how much I love you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mrs. Sharon. I just want to say thank you so much for everything you have done for me and my family. When I arrived to the United States, I just had that luggage full of clothes and dreams and emotions and feelings, and leaving my family and joining your family, Mary and Justin. That's all I had, and I felt like the first day when I arrived there, it was so cold. I arrived to your warm house, and you were so welcoming. You are Mr. Dalton. I will never forget that feeling of arriving to a new home and feeling really welcome with lots of love from you. Everything you taught me all those days, those 2 months that I was with you, you taught me how to read and how to speak like a baby. And I was there reading books with you and sewing things together. And I will never forget those days that we spent together and cooking. I learned how to cook different things with you. And also when you took care of my baby, I will never forget that I was a confused new mother, that I thought that I would just leave him in a daycare, and how hard it was for me and how sad and desperate I felt when I knew that that was the path that I needed to follow if I want to continue with my career. And you step up and help me to have Aram there half of the week, bringing him downstairs for me to feed him when he needed, and just like allowing me to work and feeding me and taking care of my baby. Like, those are things that I will never forget, and it's just so nice to know that I can count on you, because I have always felt that way, and I hope that someday I make you feel that way. I love you so much, and happy birthday.
Hi Nanny, happy birthday. Thanks for making delicious meals that bring our family together, and thanks for letting me always participate on desserts. And I love spending time with you because you always sound nice. Happy birthday.
Hi Nanny, I love you. Stranger is too sweet for me.
Really happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Hi Sharon, I sure love you. I remember way back in the day how kind and sweet you were to me when I was just meeting Jordan, that how welcoming you were to me, and I in particular remember you taking me to Vegas when Jordan was on his mission. It was a fun trip, and it made me feel special to be part of this family. So thank you very much, and I love you.
And Mom, something I definitely love and appreciate about you even more now that I'm a parent is the way you taught us to put our family and kids priority first. And you always put us first, and you taught us to do the same for our kids. And I've always appreciated the creativity you put into to make things fun, to get us to do things when you wanted us to, and to help us with all the projects that we needed to do. There's a lot that we do as parents that there's no way we would possibly even thought of if it wasn't for you. So thank you, and we love you, Mom.
I love Nanny because she takes us to St. George like she did this summer, and that she helps us like make things, like when she helped us make all of the older cousins like skirts. And I love her because I know that she loves me and cares about me and everyone else in the family too.
Houston, what do you love about your nanny?
I love that she's my grandma, and I know that she loves me, and I like the fun things that she takes me to.
And what kind of fun stuff does she take you to do?
Like the Hive, St. George,
All right.
the cabin.
Great.
Hi Mom, happy birthday. I hope you have a really wonderful day. As far as favorite memories go, I like to say that you were like the Tom Sawyer of mothers. Just like he tricked all of his friends into painting that fence. I feel like you were so good at making unfun things seem like fun, and we wanted to work and do those things because you made things sound so fun. And it wasn't until after the fact that we realized, wait a minute, I think we just got tricked into work. But you just made growing up in life fun, and from the pocket lady dresses to always volunteering at our schools and being involved in our classrooms, and you were just always a lot of fun. I think back fondly all the time about laying in front of the fireplace and reading with you, and thanks for being so present and loving towards us always, from the time we were babies up through the present day today and with our kids. I love you.
Hey Nanny, happy birthday. I just wanted to say one of my favorite memories is when we lived in St. George, you got us a mechanical spider for Halloween one year. And when Ashley and the kids went out trick-or-treating, I stayed home and watched people through the peephole as the spider would lunge out and scare them. And for the first time ever, I realized exactly how much fun it is to see other people be frightened. And now every Halloween, whenever I see one of those spiders, I think of you. Anyway, happy birthday. I love you.
My favorite memory with Nanny is whenever a few weeks ago she took me out to breakfast, and after breakfast we got to walk through this cool motorcycle shop and look at all these old motorcycles and bikes, and it was just a really great time. And I love spending time with Nanny, and she always just plans the funnest stuff for us all to do, and I know that she loves all of the cousins and everyone in our family. I love Nanny because she always takes us to different things. Like she took us to do the tiles done, and I really liked how they turned out on mine. And she always makes delicious food for us, and I love how she took me to St. George a bunch, and I just love her.
Hey there, Mama. Happy birthday. It's easy for me to talk about the things I love about you and the good memories because there are so many of them. And it won't be a surprise to you that my mind goes first to countless projects, and one of the things I love the most about myself that I know I got from you is my love of showing love for people through projects and filling my time with projects. I suspect you and I both have a shared desire to be useful to people. I want desperately to be useful. I know that's definitely the case for me, and projects have been a way to do that. And so instead of a single memory, I'm going to quickly catalog some key project moments that you inspired and were a part of in my life. So I think of first a picture of me holding a chicken in a diaper and boots in Vernal, nothing but a diaper and boots. And that was me in the diaper and boots, not the chicken. And I'm sure you were out there feeding them, making sure their coop worked all right. And of course I felt like I was part of the fun, but I was really just holding a chicken. And then shoveling snow in Woodland Hills as a 4, 5, 6-year-old quickly devolved into making snow caves. But there you were actually doing the work, the project work of keeping our walkways clear and our driveways safe. And then after that, of course, tying quilts and the various quilt and rug making projects that were part of my school experience that you facilitated. And then there was, of course, the Weed and Weed program. And there you were next to me. I'm sure I was less than helpful on many of those days, but still you were there as a constant project companion, showing me here and there how to be useful. And then something changed when I left to college. I went and helped Grandpa a little bit when I lived up at Justin's house and built some things and trimmed some things with him. And I became a little bit more autonomous. And then you mix in the cabinet shop experience and the landscaping experience and the discipline of the mission, and all of a sudden I could be a relatively competent project companion with you. And so we built a swing set and an amphitheater, and we started dreaming up things together. And it has become a passion of mine, and it's been good for my mental health, my relationships with other people, and especially my relationship with you. And I think, I hope and an eternity from now when, we'll still find each other digging a hole for a plant, and we'll pull out that rock that dug the rest of the hole for us, and we'll rejoice in the fact that it was a challenge and and that it cleared out the hole, and then we'll find a place in that pathway that we're always building to add it in. And I think maybe that's what I love so much about this shared joy of ours, is that maybe it's that we take that lumpy, grumpy thing or person in our lives, and we always find joy in giving it a place, a safe place in our garden. That it just makes sense, because you've also been so good at teaching me how to love people and incorporate them into the beautiful garden of my life, you might say. So thank you for that. I love you so much, Mom. Happy birthday.
Hi Sharon, happy birthday. We love you so much. I'm very grateful for you. And one of the things I'm especially grateful for is I feel like I've really learned from you how to just push through when there's a job that needs to be done and you know that it's just going to get worse if you put it off. I think that's not really something my generation is known for, like working hard and getting hard things done. And I think sometimes when it's like late at night and there's a job that needs to be done, I kind of channel my inner Sharon and say, like, let's just get it done because you're not going to want to do this tomorrow, and my future self will thank me for getting this done. I also think about warmth when I think about you. I picture you laying down by the fire in your house with your warm socks on. I picture being cold in your basement and you bringing me a hot water bottle for my feet without me even asking you to. I picture the night Cam proposed to me and he wrapped a warm minky quilt around me that you had made for me as I joined your family. And I picture how happy you are in St. George in the hot sun, soaking up the warmth, and surrounded by your grandkids, and how proud of them you are and how much love you have for them. I love this family, and I just think about every sibling in this family, how kind they've been to me, how funny they are, how much good they've done in this world, and it makes me so grateful that you gave birth to them, fed them many dinners, lunches, breakfasts, snacks. You changed their diapers, you taught them and prayed for them, and I just feel so lucky to be a part of this family, and I know so much of that is because of you. And especially I'm so thankful for Cam and this playfulness he has where he's not fully a grown-up but in a good way. I have loved getting to know you and seeing what a prankster you are and seeing the delight in your face when you're talking about scaring Dalton so much that he jumps and falls, or putting fake bugs on top of a basket of dinner rolls and watching you as you're excited to scare people. I think that playfulness and silliness is essential in a life that is really hard sometimes. And I'm thankful that you passed that on to Cameron, who is also very playful and silly and a hard worker. I don't know how you did it. I love you. I hope you have such a good birthday.
Hi Nanny, happy birthday. My favorite memories are going to St. George with you and going to Lagoon, and I love when we bake together and decorate cakes. Thanks for letting me come to your house and play on your trampoline. I love you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Nanny. I love you.
What do you love about Nanny?
Swimming toys with her.
What do you like to do at her house?
I love to play games at Nanny's house. I love when she makes chocolate pie.
So good.
Yeah. She's so nice to me. Goodbye, Mom, Nanny. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mom. I hope you're having a great day. Some of my favorite memories with you will always just be the time that we got to spend together, cooking together over the years. I love all those memories and the time that we're able to spend together, and I really appreciate all the things that you were willing to teach me. So thank you for being such a great example of learning new skills and sharing those talents with others. I hope you know how much we love and miss you, and we hope you're having a great day. Happy birthday.
Hi Sharon, happy birthday. Thanks for all you do, thanks for who you are, and thanks for being such an important part of our family. I always think fondly about learning from you, especially at Thanksgiving when you make about 75 pies every year, and I enjoy doing that with you and learning from your experience, your skills, and using those in ways that make other people happy and help them enjoy the holidays. I also admire your talent with quilting and just being able to really make anything that's needed, even if it's pockets on the shoulder of a coat or a nice quilt to go in a new baby's bedroom. So anyway, thanks for all you do. We love you. Happy birthday.
Hi Nanny, we love you. We hope you're having a good day. One of my favorite memories with you is last time we were down there when we ate watermelon and played the building exploding game together. We love you, and we...
All right, Lydia, can you tell Nanny happy birthday? You say I love you.
I love you.
You want to blow a kiss?
Sharon, happy birthday. I wanted you to know how much I love you. I can't thank you enough for giving me so much joy for the past nearly 47 years. As many know, when we were young, we moved to Arizona, and I remember your mother coming up to us with tears in her eyes and asked how I could take Sharon away. And I completely understand how she must have felt then. But we moved to Arizona, and she was happy to come with me, and she got the kids excited about going to Arizona. And when we got there, all the Arizonans loved her. And then in just a year, we would pack up and move again to Texas, in San Antonio. And again, she got all the kids excited about going. And when she got there, all the Texans loved her. And then a few years later, we moved to Germany. And she got all the kids excited, and all the Germans loved her. And then we moved to Vernal, and again, everyone loved her, and the kids got excited about going to, of all things, Vernal. And then, a few years later, we moved here, 30 years ago, to Woodland Hills, and everyone here fell in love with her, and they still love her. She has been a wonderful mother and grandmother. She is a supportive companion, a wise counselor, a frugal partner, and the hardest working person I've ever known. I love you, Sharon. Have a happy birthday today, and thank you for everything. I love you.
Happy birthday, Sharon, and I hope your birthday is joyous. You've always been a blessing to me, and thank you. Love you. Bye-bye.
Sharon, happy birthday, my dear friend. What a special and remarkable woman you are. You have been a strong influence for an example of love and service to me and many others. How do I put my thoughts and feelings for you into words? Knowing you for the past 40 plus years has been an honor and a privilege, but more than that, your friendship has been a blessing to me. I treasure all what I have learned from you. Your loving, gentle kindness warms my heart. For sharing of your time and talents, for your patience with me, for teaching me how to quilt. So on this special day, as we celebrate you, one of my fondest memories would be meeting you, Dalton, and Verity on 8 East, all those about half a lifetime ago. I remember coming to Wallpaper, and I loved being with little Verity especially. Anyway, it has been a wonderful ride for all those 40 plus years, Sharon. I love you, and I'm so grateful for our friendship. Have a happy birthday.
When Verity was still a baby, I was walking around the neighborhood and realized a new couple had moved in on 800 East, so I stopped in to introduce myself. I believe Sharon was wallpapering, or intending to wallpaper, and I knew several in the neighborhood, several ladies that did wallpaper, so I organized a little crew to help Sharon. I myself, not having any skills in that area, but I could always recruit people to come and help. Little did I realize that this person, much younger than I, of course much more beautiful, but I didn't realize this was an enormously talented person that possessed really amazing gifts and yet had humility. And I think that's one of the things I admire most about her. She can do so many things so well, and yet she doesn't flaunt or brag. And her greatest attribute to me is her kind heart and her purity. She has done things for me throughout the years that are unnoticed, unsolicited, and she doesn't want any accolades. She just does them because she's a pure, good person. And I have appreciated that so much. So I want to wish you happy birthday, Sharon. I could go on as long as Kevin's carpet cleaning videos and rant and rave about you for about 3 hours. But suffice it to say, my life has been enriched. My children's lives have been enriched because of your goodness and your amazing gifts. Now, I include Dalton in so much of this too, because I love you both equally. But I do have to highlight the extraordinary things that you do for people that you don't do for, as I said, accolades or acclaim. You just do them because they need to be done. And I am so looking forward to spending eternity with you. Maybe in the year 5 billion, CE, I can learn how to quilt like you. Probably not. But anyway, it's just so wonderful to have you as my friend. This isn't very articulate. This is late at night, but I wanted to get this done, and I just kept putting it off, thinking, it can never really express how I feel. So many people you have to kind of think, whoa, what would I say? But not with Sharon. And anything that is a superb adjective doesn't really even describe her. And in this case, anything nice you say, It's really deserved. So again, love you, Sharon, and happy birthday.
What says Sharon, Tadartse Ezort, happy birthday to you. I've heard that you're thinking that you might be able to come over, and that would just be great. It'd be fun to have you be here, and you'd be so welcome. We could maybe take a trip and see some of the country while you're here if I know ahead of time and can figure it out. I'm standing here in front of my kitchen window. I'll just show you a little bit of what my view is. It's pretty unimpressive. In fact, it's pretty scary sometimes. But anyway, okay, so let's see. I hope I'm facing this the right direction. This is my view out my window. That's my neighbor's house right there. Above it are the apartments. We have missionaries that live in some of those. I do have a tree. That's a little spot of green. I have some little cats that come to visit me every day. There's 2 of them. Not much more I can show you. It's pretty limited what my view is here, but anyway, it's a wonderful country. I don't know how I'm going to stand to leave it. It's just been the most incredible experience of my life, and I'd love to have you be able to come and see what it's like. Have a happy birthday. This is just a short message, but love you so much. Tell your kids all hello for me too. Bye-bye. And Dalton, thank you. Bye.
Hi Sharon, happy birthday. I love you so much. I am so grateful for the influence that you've had in my life since I was a baby, really. And I remember being a child and just adoring you, just looking up to you so much. And you were my big buddy, I was your little buddy. And I remember we used to call each other that. And all through the years, you have just been so kind and giving to me in so many ways. And no more so than within the past year and a half when I went through that terrible thing, and you were there for me every time I called. I just needed help, major help, and every time I called you were there. You built me up, you supported me, you just helped me so much, and I just can't thank you enough for that. I can't thank you enough for all of the kind ways that you've supported me throughout my entire life, and I just love you very, very much, and I'm so grateful for you, and I hope that you have a really happy birthday. I love you.
I'm one of the few people that can probably say I have known you my entire life. And since Cameron and Alex asked me to think about this, now I'm probably going to start crying in a minute, but I've been grateful for this chance to think about you and what I would say to you. We're the two that both shared, the only two that both shared the England experience and the Australia experience. We've been the middle children for a long time, and I'm so grateful to have not been alone without you as a partner. I've been thinking of walking with you. It seems like we walked quite a bit in England. We walked to Elizabeth Park and back. I have a memory of adventuring into some nasty urinal room that was this little building that looked like a little hut, but then when we got in there we discovered that there was a gutter around the edge and a bad smell, and we got out of there pretty quickly. I don't know if you remember that, but I remember being grateful that I wasn't by myself there. I remember that you taught me how to make daisy chains. You taught me whether or not I liked butter by holding a buttercup under my chin. You taught me a valuable lesson, and that is that if I asked for a peanut cluster that you had just bought a bag of, I wasn't going to get it. But if I waited, you'd give me more than I would ever have asked for. I'm grateful for that lesson. I wasn't at the time, but I'm grateful that you taught me to wait and not be greedy pig and ask for things, but that you would show your generosity in time. And that's something you've shown me so many times over and over and over my whole life. You have come to my rescue with your generosity in so many different ways. You seem to always know where the best deals were, whether in the basement at Arbeck's or whether we go all the way up to the ZCMI. You knew how to cut through those center blocks to go through Cresses and other stores. You seem to know all those things. When I think about the fact that you weren't that much older than me, that's pretty amazing that Mom used to just let the two of us loose on the bus to go wandering around downtown. You used to like to go in this store called the Yardstick. And it was just a little skinny, narrow store that went way deep into the back, completely jam-packed full of fabric. You obviously loved to sew as a kid, and you still love to sew now. I remember a lot of the things that you sewed for me. You sewed me a bathing suit once. You sewed my first temple dress. You sewed the bridesmaid dresses for Jerry's wedding. You sewed the skirts and vests for my own wedding out of the red and green wool. But just before we went to Australia, you sewed me a pair of hot pants. It was a cute little outfit, and I thought I was adorable in it. And I didn't have you there the first year that we were in Australia to stop me from wearing that to school on the first day before I had acquired my uniform. But I wish that you had been there to maybe tell me that wasn't the best choice for what to wear when everyone else was in a school uniform. But anyway, I liked the hot pants, and I appreciated that you made them for me. But I do have a specific memory of being in the Yardstick, watching you learn how to make bound buttonholes. You had a little bit of camel-colored, probably wool, and the Yardstick lady was showing you how to make that bound buttonhole, and that taught me a valuable lesson, and that was that I was never going to find joy making a bound buttonhole. But I was glad that you did. And you also later on taught me how to find my own joy in the things that I like to do. You paid attention to my drawings right from the very first ones that were, we got a helicopter going overhead. The very first ones that were in the margins of my school papers. You praised me and helped me develop that talent. You even got to, when you were in college, you would ask me to draw things for some of your school assignments, and that gave me all the confidence in the world to think that you liked my work enough that you would use it in your own schoolwork. I've always appreciated that you liked my work and that you've paid me to do multiple things all the time, and I just so appreciate that you appreciated that artwork of mine. You thought my sleepwalking was funny, and you would tell people the crazy antics that I had done in the night, and that made me feel happy that even when I was asleep, you found something that you liked about me. You taught me how to do errands early on in my marriage, and it was you were married a year before I was, but you knew how to do the coupons, and you knew which newspapers to look in for which advertising, and you taught me that. You taught me how to not just go to the store for something, but to plan your trip. I remember one time going to Orsangigi and some other restaurant supply place and some sort of janitorial supply place, and then we stopped off and got Morrison meat pies, and you did all this in a smooth trip so that we didn't waste any gas, and we got everything done in an organized way, and that was a really good lesson for me to learn that. You loved my children. You would come when they were little babies and look at their fingers and toes, and you made me feel grateful to be a mother. You set me a great example of loving your children. I think probably though the most important thing you've taught me, Sharon, is that when you have an inspiration, you act on it. And you have proven to me so many times, especially in this last year, that that's exactly what you do when you have called me right at the moment that I needed someone to call me. You have rescued me so many times, whether with things you've helped me do or things you've given me or bought me. I can't express enough how much I appreciate the fact that I've always felt safe with you. Now that I'm crying full force, I'll just stop here. But Sharon, I love you and happy birthday.